It's Citizen Television with Defense Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale, who had been talking about Kenya's role in the region, Kenya's might in the region. By the way, I interviewed General Kibochi not too long ago. Huh? Yes. Very nice guy, huh?
Very nice guy.
Very learned guy.
We always had the best generals.
We do, huh?
General Kibochi, General Karangi.
Yes.
General Tonje.
Yes. And our troops are very disciplined, huh?
Yes.
We are.
That's why Kenyans don't joke around with KDF. They can joke around with other forces.
Yeah.
But when they see KDF, they on a salibamri. And that's why I think the framers of our constitution gave them that specific role, that in the event a certain part of the country becomes unmanageable in terms of security, then with the approval, they will report to Parliament later, but they can go and help. See now, Tiati is quiet.
Correct.
Turkana South is very quiet. Yeah. We are there.
You're there.
Yeah, and very soon we will. By the way, what the president said that banditry will be a thing of the past. It is a serious business as a government we are going to do.
It's going to happen.
We will go to Suguta Valley. You
go in there?
Suguta Valley will go. We have got special guys who will go to. Elite Force will go to Suguta Valley. And Minister Kindiki is serious about it. Yeah. So in the event he needs backup, KDF is ready.
Good.
Because, you know, this business of killing, you know, there are over 45 schools which have been closed in Kerio Valley.
What?
Yes. The children have left. So people are being killed, cattle being stolen. I mean, it can't be business as usual. No. Yes. And it's a cartel. The president and the commander-in-chief is committed on that. Yeah. And you know it's a cartel, right? They can't steal these cows. It's a cartel. Yeah. So from the individuals who are doing business to the marauding gangs, as we want to fix Congo, we will deal with ours also. Yes. We will deal with them. But we will also build an army camp in that area, in Tiati area. We will involve the leaders, and we will make sure that we have got a very quick response teams in that area. It will not be business. This administration must deliver on the security of our citizens and their property. Yeah. I think we'd better go to the magic wall, Waziri. Lots and lots of questions coming in thick and fast, and a lot of people very impressed with the conversation and with our military. Nick M.M. says, what are the plans to modernize our military in relation to drones acquiring in order to minimize casualties while in combat? Very, very true. I mean, one of the key things, and I've said it in all my meetings with the top leadership of KDF and rank and file of our service men and women, is to modernize our both software and hardware. Yes. The enemy is changing, the world is changing. If it is the Air Force, we must modernize. If it is the Navy, we must modernize. Whether it is the radar system, whether it is the aircraft, whether it's our jet fighters, it comes to our army, we must modernize. And we have a special budget for that. Yeah? Yeah. So it's going to happen? It's going to happen. It's going to be one of our legacy. Modernization is one, not only in the army, even in the police. Yes. The technology is changing. Yeah. You can't have the same tank of, and the same aircraft, and the same, even the military intelligence has changed. Yes, in terms of intelligence gathering. So drones are the new technology and the new modernization. And you're going to have that? We are going to have that. Good. Call me after 1 year here. Yeah. Yes. And you give us an update? Yes. Huh? Yes. 1 year? 1 year. Done. Evans Abongo says, what is the place of ex-military and other ranks in the veterans setup? Very good question. I think President Uhuru Kenyatta, before he left, on his last 2 months, he signed into the Veterans Act. Now we are in the process of setting up the board that will manage the complete affairs of that piece of legislation and how we deal with our veterans. Yes. So there is a legal regime, and KDF is setting up the board. to manage the veterans.
Yeah, yes. And take care of them.
It's the first time, and take care of them. Take care of them, take care of their families. Some of them, we might need them, like in the US and other jurisdiction. No. They might be recalled to duty when it's necessary.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very good. Sauti Kabga says, Honorable Duale, is it true that his short stint at NYS is what motivated him to accept appointment to defense, and if he considers to influence more NYS recruits to be absorbed into the military? Were you in the NYS?
I went to NYS. It was part of the training program introduced by the late President Moi. After high school? Yeah, we used to climb those hills of Gilgil, man. Very cold in the morning. But I think this is a discussion where this discussion was introduced by President Kibaki, if you're aware, where a certain percentage of the recruitment ratio was given to NYS recruits. So I'm talking to Minister Ababona Mwamba, and we have agreed that we may take a cabinet memo to discuss that matter. Because we have got qualified men and women in NYS.
And it will be a natural transition, it will be an easy transition.
We give them a certain percentage, 30%. And the other 70% is shared among the sub-counties in our country.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, very good. Elijah Cherotich says, kindly ask C.S. Duale what is his view about militarizing civilian institutions. I think we talked about that. Does he still hold the view he held before elections? How best can military be utilized in infrastructural works and other developments? Because Kenya Kwanza was very critical of the military in civilian institutions.
Yes, I mean, Kenya Kwanza, you know, principally we said, we are people who believe and uphold the rule of law and constitutionalism. And you saw today, when the courts rejected, the courts gave a conservative order on our on the vetting of the PSS. Correct. I mean, we said we respect the courts, and the Speaker stopped the process. So on that basis, we were against the militarization of civilian institutions. But what we want to do now in terms of the infrastructural work, like other defense forces in Egypt and in Turkey and in the US, we will have our own industrial segment within our Kenyan defense forces that can be used by the national government to build roads, to build dams. We are now doing all those. We have the equipment, but now we're doing on corporate social responsibility. But we want to have a department that can build roads at a more efficient, at a lower cost. Yes, that industrialization of the KDF is part of the strategy, the 2025-2030 security strategy. Yes.
Okay. Engineer Lazario Kanyambok says, Honorable Duale, our borders along Lake Victoria are under constant threat from our neighbors. In fact, Ugandan forces don't respect our sovereignty and on many occasions make incursions right inside Kenya.
That should be Migingo.
It is, yes, exactly.
Yeah, Migingo is the elephant in the room, man. But I think there's a multi-sectoral, interministerial committee, foreign affairs, internal security, defense, that have been looking at the whole issue of the maps and all that. So, you know, war is the last option. We resolve disputes through diplomacy and talking and dialogue. And Uganda is one of our good neighbors, led by our elder, President Museveni.
Seven.
Yes.
Okay. Kenda Fiam says, kindly ask Honorable Duale if there are military strategies employed to solve the issues of livestock rustling, which has been a big headache for a long time.
That we have answered. I mean, if they are watching me, the cattle rustlers, like Minister Kindiki said, we are coming for you. And we are coming to Suguta Valley. We will go to Kerio. We will go to Tiati. We will build roads there. We will build dams there. We will take the economic development. We will build military camps to make sure that there is quick response, not only in Tiati, but even in Marsabit now we are building a camp, Garissa has a camp. You know, we are running away from the old colonial where everything was centralized. Right. We are having many FOBs, and the issue of cattle rustling has been with us for a long time. But this time, under this administration, it has to come to an end.
And FOB means forward operating base, right?
Yes, we have a number of them.
You see, I know the term.
Yes, yes. That's why I told you need to go for, maybe you can go for the special elite training school. Will
you allow me? Will you send a letter?
Yeah, of course, we have to do vetting first.
Nice.
Yes.
Tadeo Jude Obiasi says, what is the plan for the youth regarding KDF recruitment? When will they recruit? Because it is one of the agenda. Ruth?
No, we're going to recruit, but we will make a recruitment. Even when I was before Parliament, the issue of recruitment has been in Parliament, dogged with corruption, with many things. I want to assure the people of Kenya that we are going to look at the recruitment criteria and of KDF and make sure that... and there are many people who have been taken to court-martialed, officers of KDF.
Who have taken bribes from people.
Yes. So KDF is a very serious when it comes to integrity, it comes to ethics, it comes to discipline. Yes. So there are a number, I think there are a number which have, their cases have been concluded. There are a number of officers who are in court. So we will not allow integrity to be an issue in KDF.
Real quick, Ulinzi Stadium, is that strictly for the military or can civilians use that?
For now, it's for the military, but we can open up to the sportsmen and women of our country.
Yeah.
Yes.
What about Uhuru Gardens Museum? Is it under KDF?
Uhuru Gardens Museum, the construction is not yet complete. It's being done under the supervision of KDF. I'm sure once it's complete, it will be run by the museums and other institutions.
Yeah.
But it's one of the best sites, I think, since independence.
I do.
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah.
Beautiful place.
Beautiful place. But you remember how it looked before?
Oh, it was terrible. It was terrible. I had asked you before, General Badi, once he handed over to Governor Sakaja, did he go back to the barracks?
Oh, he's back in office. He's one of the 5 lieutenant generals we have in KDF. Oh. He's back in uniform.
Is that right?
Yeah, yes, he's back in...
And he said it on the bench here. He says as soon as his mandate was over...
He finished his business.
Yeah.
He went back to where he belonged. So he's one of our top lieutenant generals. He's among the 5. We have 5 lieutenant generals.
Right. If you see him, say a big hello.
I will.
And finally, what will the new Duale be like 5 years from now? This Duale we are seeing now.
I can't answer that. It's the Almighty God who can predict how Duale will be 5 years. But I think 5 years from now, just like the way I left a legacy in Parliament, you remember when I was leaving, the way members of Parliament were speaking about me? Yeah. I want to leave a mark in Kenya Defense Forces, make sure that the modernization program succeeds, make sure that the welfare of our officers in terms of housing, education of their children, healthcare is taken care. So that when our officers are in Somalia, in DRC, in the front line, they must not think about their families. They must think in terms of their loved ones have good shelter. They go to good schools like Moifos Academy. I went to Moifos Academy.
Did you?
That was my school.
Ah.
Yeah, so maybe maybe the president maybe read my bio. I was one of the very few civilian students. That school where many people went, including Anwar Guru. Yeah, the alumni are many.
Yes.
So, you know, the welfare of our officers is very critical. So within the big housing project of President William Ruto, we will get a slice to make sure that our officers and their families have very good housing facilities. They have got very good medical care. That's why you see we have got KDF regional hospitals everywhere. And now we are building a level 6 hospital in Kabete. And then they also get the best education. And again, finally, we are building, and one we have in Langata Barracks, wellness center. Even our officers who get injured in the front line, we will not leave them. We care about them, we care about their families, and make sure that they become part of the larger KDF family.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to work with the top leadership of KDF, the rank and the file. There's a lot of discipline, not like where I came from. I am telling you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, yeah. I am enjoying this. I realize the one out there is very chaotic. Like you guys.
Especially in Bunge.
In Bunge?
Yes.
Yes.
Chaos.
There you enter the gate, you have everything, and there's time management.
Right.
Every task is done, and is done conclusively, efficiently, and with precision. Yeah, it's like a doctor in a theater.
Do your former friends from Bunge visit you? Are they?
No. In fact, I have to have an extension office out there, because the kind is, it's like, I remember, it's like I'm sure you have in your work you have covered the Pentagon and
yes.
State Department.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
Those are areas I don't envy going there because of the many security checks. So going to Lindsay, I tell most of my friends, please, when I leave office, yeah. we can meet somewhere.
But not at Lindsay.
Because by the time they reach me, it's 2 hours. They checking, which is in order, because it's a high security installation.
Yes.
You know? We must protect our installations.
Absolutely.
Installations, yeah.
And how is your relationship, CS Duale and President Ruto? What's our relationship?
No, I don't want to discuss my president on TV.
Yeah.
Before I used to discuss, now he's the commander-in-chief.
Yes.
Yes, I don't want to discuss. But he's a wonderful man. A wonderful man. I mean, I've worked with him for over 20 years. He's a wonderful man. He's a very honest man. He's a man who believes in the unity of the country. He's a workaholic. Yeah. He says 10 is 10.
And if you're late?
Oh, if you are late, you are in problems. The cabinet was at 10 yesterday, and he was there at 1 minute to 10. Yeah, so if you go to State House now, you'll not wait.
No.
No. The days you wait for 5 hours are gone. If the president gives you an appointment,
yes,
Jeff,
yeah.
If he tells you come at 10, you must be at the gate by 8:30 in the morning.
To be clear.
Because 10 he will see you.
And he'll be there at 10.
Yes. And he solves problems. So he's my good buddy. I am happy now, you know. I really wanted him to see him as the commander-in-chief. But I realized my ministry belongs to him, you know. He's the commander-in-chief. Yeah. He's not the commander-in-chief of the Ministry of Education or Foreign Affairs.
Defense forces.
You know,
yes.
Even if you go to any of the barracks, he has accommodation, a place for his accommodation. Oh. He's part of our forces.
Oh.
Yeah, so me, I have to look for a place to sleep outside.
In your own ministry.
Yes. So he's doing very well. Yeah. And Kenya will change. I mean, we inherited many problems, some local, some international, the global problems, the Ukraine war and all that. But he's trying. I mean, we have removed the subsidy from petroleum products. Yeah. I mean, we're paying 16 billion. Good. Now, I think last time we paid only 2 billion. This month we paid only 2 billion. Farmers have fertilizers. Today he met the head of our security, National Police Service, and he told them that Kenya must be a very safe place to live. Yeah.
So it's going to change?
It's going to change.
It's going to get better?
He has given the opposition their space to oversight. No handshake.
Yeah.
You're either, if the Kenyan people elected you as an opposition, you stay in the position. If they elect you as a government, you stay in government. Yeah. So those of us who work with him have to be very careful. Timekeeping. Yeah. We must deliver. No integrity issues. Yeah.
And no room for failure?
No room. There's no option.
No option.
Yeah.
Waziri Aden Duale, good to see you as always.
Thank you.
What you said a month from now, the targets you said you'll meet?
A year from now, I said.
Oh, a year from now?
Yeah, the modernization.
Yes.
Yes. A
year from now?
Yes.
We'll follow up. Thank you.
I love the bench. I've been away for long, man.
It's been a while.
Yeah, you know, we're in the campaign.
You're welcome anytime.
Man, we were under aerial attack. Both ground, and air and sea. How we survived,
yes.
I don't know. Maybe you'll ask Ichungwa. Kimani Ichungwa
yes.
and Aaron Cheriot,
yes.
the new leadership. They have the leeway to talk about those. Now I am not.
No, you're not.
Because I can be impeached.
By the way, we can't wait for your book.
Oh, yes.
Can't wait.
Yes. For the record.
For the record.
Yes.
Aden Duale. Yes. Nice one. For the record, this has been Jeff Koinange Live. Thanks so much for being a part of the show. Every Wednesday, folks, it's all about those 3 letters on the keyboard that follow each other. JKL. Thanks so much for watching. Good night. Good luck. God bless all our armed forces, keeping us safe.
Amen.
Amen.